Hey guys! So, sorry this video is a little late. In fact, it might even be midnight by the time it goes up. I've just had a busy day, and with my kids and everything else, I just did not have a minute to record. So I finally do now because I'm a night owl. And yeah, but what I really wanted to talk about tonight, I guess, is that I wanted to talk about spell bottles. I don't know, I was just looking at mine. These are some that I have. And I thought, this honestly is not a topic I have discussed on this channel, and I thought it would be really fun to talk about something in the sense of spellcraft. Also, quick before I get into this, I just wanted to say Happy New Moon in Libra. I will be doing my new moon reading just after this. So yeah, I'm excited to do that. But let's get into the topic at hand here. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with spell bottles, but for those who are not, I'm just going to quickly give you a rundown of what they are. They are basically a bottle that you gather, and you gather with a certain intent, a specific purpose, and you basically grab herbs and crystals or whatever else you want to put in there that corresponds with that intent. For perfect example, this one right here I made shortly after I got married, and this has basically just it's a protection bottle for my home and my marriage. And then this one is a dream bottle. They're a little dusty, just because my house is old and dusty. I'm probably going to repurpose this one pretty soon here, which I'll get into that in a minute here. And then this one is one that I made last year. It's got kitty fur all over it. This is my self-love spell jar. So to get into why you would want to make one of these and how they serve their purpose, basically, for example, the ones that I use to protect my home, for instance like this one, I tend to keep near windows. I'm not entirely sure why, that's just something I like to do. And then this one is kept in my bedroom, near my bed. Still got kitty fur on it. And then this one is kept up on my jewelry stand, which is actually just up on the wall right over here. So whenever I go to grab a necklace for the day, I can actually see this and think about its intent and empowerment and whatnot. And that's something that I think spell jars really serve their purpose for. You want to keep them in a place where I think you can really honestly see them quite a bit, so you can focus on their intent and continue, and so that they may continue their purpose. Now, there are spell jars that you can create to, say, if you want to protect your property, you can create spell jars to bury them. However, I will caution that if you do that, don't use glass. I actually don't have any yet, just because I have been trying to find a biodegradable solution, and I probably would only use biodegradable ingredients. So that's something that I will caution if you do plan on doing a spell jar for that purpose, is just be sure to do biodegradable ingredients and a biodegradable container. But spell jars have many different purposes. You can basically program them for anything that you want, and they are a perfect way to use ongoing magic. They're a perfect way to keep ongoing magic in your home or your office, even in your car. They have just countless experiences, purposes. How you make a spell jar is how I do it. There's lots of different ways to do it, but how I do it is I basically start with an intent, and then I pick a bottle or a container that just kind of intuitively fits that intent, or maybe is practical and will fit what I need in it. And then some of them I decorate with corresponding ribbon. Others I just basically intuitively go through and pull the ingredients that I want. I know this has lavender, it's got a quartz crystal in it, it's got cedar chips. I actually made it so long ago that quite honestly I don't remember all that's in it, because this bottle has been sitting here for 8 years, I want to say. So it's been a bit for this one. But I've got kitty fur all over my Band-Aid here. You can always repurpose these as well. So say you are done with this bottle and you would like to repurpose it, you can actually, as long as this one would be a little bit more difficult because I sealed it with wax, but you still can repurpose those and get new corks that will fit. But I would basically just take these dried herbs and I'd give them back to the earth, and then I would wash the bottle, I would cleanse the bottle, and then I would repurpose it. So that's something that you can do as well if you've decided to use it for a different purpose, because recycling is important. So when you're creating a spell bottle and you've got all your ingredients out, just be sure to focus on the intent that you would like to have it. So for instance, like this one, if you would like to program it for protection of your home, just make sure to constantly focus your intent as you are creating your bottle and you're pouring your ingredients in. Try to use some creative visualization to visualize what you would really like to see come out of this spell bottle. For instance, I really focused on this one, the self-love one, when I made it, and I tried to stick it in a place where I would see it, where I would go to for empowerment. First I thought keeping it by my bathroom mirror, but then I decided that I would keep it over by where my necklaces and jewelry are, because I tend to see jewelry, specifically my necklaces, as talismans of empowerment. So I felt that this was an appropriate place to keep a spell bottle like this, with this intent. You don't always have to seal it with the wax, by the way. As I said, it is more difficult to repurpose the bottle if you do something like this, so you can just keep them like this, where the cork just pops off. It's up to you. You don't have to keep them in your window, like this one. This is just something that I like to do. So there's a kitty fur. So yeah, that's kind of just my quick rundown on spell bottles, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I believe tomorrow is my last video in this challenge. If you guys want to see more spell work content from me, I've actually been trying to brainstorm and get more into spell work content and share it more on my channel. So hopefully more of that will come out in the future. But this was something I just thought about as I was looking at my window today, and I was like, let's talk about spell bottles. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up here, and I will see you guys tomorrow in my next video.